Saber Shuriken here. Today we'll be doing another Game Maker tutorial. So we will be doing a box moving game. So to start things off, we need to create a sprite for our player. This sprite will be loaded in. So you're going to need to create a sprite. I'll just call it SPR player. SPR sprite. Make sure you do these prefixes. Make sure you do the prefixes, it really helps with sorting things out. Edit sprite. We'll create a new sprite. And we'll just make it a circle, a happy face circle. A happy face circle. Get this tool, this, and then we will create two smaller eyes. Like what? Color them in. I don't know if this guy's eyes should be dark or like this. Yeah, that looks cool. I'm gonna make him smile. That looks so weird. Too bad. That's him. That's Rob. That's Rob. Say hello to Rob. So then we're gonna add a sprite for the box or whatever you're going to try and move. So move a ball. I call it move ball. And I'll just make mine a box. So a box, brown box. Box here. Color brown. There we go. And that's my box. Like so. And if it's centered, just make sure you center the other one too. Okay. Then we're going to create the object for the player. And the object for the movable thing that we are going to move. Move a bull. Then we're also going to create another sprite, which I forgot to do, and we'll call that a wall. Because what's a box moving game without a wall? Create a sprite. I'll just make this one super simple. Black, fill it up, and we'll make circle. No, that just looks bad. There we go, that's our wall, too bad. Center it, and we'll make an object wall. Object wall. And then you're just going to set the sprites that you made for them. Like so. So first we're going to start with the player. So I'm going to try and use as little code as possible. So we'll go into the create event. And we're going to add a few global variables. So a variable is just something that you can use. Like, well, it's kind of hard to explain. I'll explain it when we're going. So a global dot HSPD. We'll go equals. So global HSPD is just horizontal speed. And then we'll make that 0 when it starts. And then we can just copy this and do it for vertical as well, because you want it to be vertical and horizontal movement. It's like so. And then we're going to add a few key press. Actually, yes, few. I might actually make this a few bits of code just to show you how it works. So the first thing you're going to go is if keyboard check, so it's going to check our keyboard if we're pressing or holding something down. So then we're going to do ord, which is ordinary, I think, or something, and then capitals. You need capitals. So you can use different keys. So if you're going to make your player move around with the left arrow keys and stuff, you're going to go VK, virtual keyboard, and then you go left. And what that means is it's the left arrow. But if you're going to do letters like WASD, you're going to go ORD, and then two of these. So ORD, so we'll start with vertical, W. And then we're going to go these. So yeah. So what, anything in here, in these two curly brackets, is what's going to happen if you hold or press W. So we're going to go V speed, which is your vertical speed, equals, well, if you're pressing W, you're going up. And if you go to main move, you can see, so positive will be going that way for horizontal, positive will be going that way for vertical. So because we're going up with W key, we're going to have it negative, if that makes any sense at all. Because this is pointing down, then it's a positive. Well, I think it might actually make more sense if I create a room. So we're going up. See how the Y coordinate at the bottom is going down? That means it's a negative value. So step event, V speed equals negative because it's going down when they're going up, so W. And then just the speed. I prefer 3. And then you can just copy, actually don't copy it. Then you're going to go global, which is the variable we initialized before, V speed, like this. And we're going to go V speed. And then we're just going to copy this and do it again, but we're going to do it for S. This is just the basic movement. V speed equals 3. You don't need to put the plus, because if you put the plus, it'll just add 3 to the V speed. So if you press W, it'll be negative 3. But then if you press S, it'll add 3 to the V speed, making it 0. So you just need to make it, telling it exactly what it is. V speed, again, because we're going up and down. And then we're going to do the same thing, but with A and D. So we're going to do H speed, because A and D are horizontal. So H speed. A is to the left, and if we save this, if we're going left, it's going down, the X value. So we're going to go negative. H speed, because you're going horizontal, and H speed again. Then we can copy this and do the opposite. D here, and just take away the minus. And that should be simple movement. So what we'll do is we'll go into our room, place the player in, and we'll run the game. And we'll see if WASD will work. Compiling it. So yes, but here's our problem. See how it's not stopping? I remove, and as you can see, it's done this. So what we're going to do is go object player, and we're going to add one more. If keyboard check, and we're going to go VK. So if you're using the arrow keys, still go VK, and if you're using WSD, still go VK. And we're going to go scrolling down to no key. And no key. And we're just going to go, so if no key is pressed, V speed equals 0, H speed equals 0, and then global.hSpeed equals 0, and global.vSpeed equals 0. So that's, well, I'll tell you what V speed and H speed are in a moment when they're doing the box. But H speed and V speed is 0, so if no keys are pressed, it's not going to move. So that'll fix our bug we had before. So if we run the game now, we see that we have full movement. And we can press 2 keys at once, Whoa, that's a glitch. Well, we'll go into the step event and we'll add one more piece of code after this, which will just set the should press this. Okay. Ow, oh no. Okay, well we'll leave it like this. This will do for movement, I reckon. Then we'll go into the thing we're moving and we'll go add event and we'll collision with object player. And we're going to make these both solid so they don't pass through each other. And we're going to go collision, object player. And we're going to add a bit of code and we're going to go vSpeed is equal to global.vSpeed. And what that does is it allows the player to communicate with the movable object using a global variable. If this was local, we could have two of these variables and one for each object and they wouldn't communicate. But because it's global, it's for all the objects. Then we'll go hspeed equals global.hspeed. And then we'll try this out by putting movable in the room, pressing play, waiting for it to compile up, and we have it. Let me just move the mic, and we have it done. So we can move this player, and if he collides, yes, that's what we have to do. So we'll go into a step event. Wait. I think if we go else, vSpeed, oh, that won't work. And then we'll go into the step event and we'll go into control and we will check empty at this position for any collisions. So if there is no collisions, then we'll run this code saying that vSpeed equals 0 and hspeed equals 0. And that will be basic pushing objects. So we'll do that one more time, compile it, and now if we push this object here, it stops when we stop, and it will actually follow. That's cool. Now we need to add blocks, so walls, the code for walls. So we'll go if, we'll create a new variable called col. So if col, and we'll make this local, equals 0, then we can do this here. And when it is created, because it's local, we have to do it in this object's create event, col equals 0. And if it collides with object wall, col equals 1. If is col free, and col equals 0. And that's just if position is col free. And that's just editing, putting it in and saving space. Col equals 1. So now I'll do a few trials just with the walls there. The mic again. There. I think that'll do. So if we move this down, and across. Yep, we can't push it through walls. no matter how hard we try. Now we just have to do a few bug fixes. So you might notice if you press WD at the same time, and then you let go of WD, then it'll keep going up. So what we can do is we can go into here and we'll go keyboard release. So if we get all of this and get a new piece of code into here, keyboard check release. V speed plus equals 3. Put a plus there. Actually, we might just make this equals 0. And we can just get rid of this part here too. And this should work completely fine, I reckon. Released here. Remove this part. H speed equals 0. Remove this part. H speed equals 0. And released. Okay, that's that part done. So let's see what happens with that bug fix. So we can move around. If we press WD, let go of W. Yep, that's completely 100% accurate movement. And we can't push stuff through walls. Check. We can move through walls though. So what we can do is go solid. Making it solid. So when you're swimming, let's just do an analogy. So if you're swimming, you can walk through it because liquid isn't solid, is it? So that's what this wall here is. And it didn't work. Wow. Add a collision event with object wall. And we'll make another local variable called col equals 1. So the col here and the col in the movable object won't interact because they're not global variables. And it's not global to all the objects. When it's created, col equals 0 because it's not colliding with anything. And then in here, we'll go if col equals 0 because you don't want to be able to move. And then we'll go into the end here. And we can just put that there. Because that's the movement and that's going to be affected by the col variable. So you don't want this part with no key to be affected. Because that means that if you're pressing no key and you've been collided, you can't do anything. Then we'll go into the step event. Check empty, relative, all objects. And we'll do simple col equals 0 because there is no collisions. Now let's see if we can go through walls if we don't want. So if you notice, this is very similar to what happened in the moving event. So these don't interact because yes, and yes, I can't go through these walls. And there is precision checking because if you can see on that circle, it's kinda like if you imagine a box around it, that box goes into the wall, which means it's precision checking. So now we'll add a scoring system and this room. So we'll add a simple room. So we'll make this snap 32 by 32. 32 by 32. And I still do not have any idea why it goes to the corner in the middle there. If any of you guys in the comment section know, please tell me. But I'll make a simple player here. And then we'll add an objective. So we'll add the movable here. This will be like a tutorial kind of room here. And then we'll add another object. This will be the call check, or the check instance count. So we'll go call it check. This doesn't need a sprite, but I'm going to add one anyway. So I'm going to edit, new sprite, same width as before, and I'm going to create like a hole, because that's where what you're pushing is going to fall down. Transform image, and then I'm going to go to gradient. There we go. Now it's kind of like falling. Oh, and don't forget to blur it or it looks too sharp, because you don't want it to look too sharp, do you? Large blur, medium blur looks good. Going to the check, add that, and we'll go to the step event. Collision with object check. No, you don't want it to collide with itself, do you? Collision with the movable. If it collides, it will it will destroy itself, maybe. I'll actually make the depth really high, and because it's really low, so that when the movable thing gets pushed onto it, it looks like, well, it's kind of, you'll understand when I show you why I'm making it negative. And then when it collides, it'll go global dot score. Global dot score plus equals 1. Instance destroy, and then get rid of this. Get rid of this. Go into here, and it will destroy the other, which is the movable. And we'll go into the step event. If global dot score equals 1, or the amount of holes you're gonna have. So I might have, damn, what's happening with this sprite? I didn't center it, did I? I'll have 2 holes, here and here, and that there, and then walls around here. Then what we're gonna do is, after we've done this, we won't go back to the code. Well, we will for a sec, and instance count. So we're using instance count to check the amount of instances in the room. And as you saw before, when a block goes into one of the holes, the instance count will drop by 1 because it's being destroyed. So you can use the instance count to determine how many of these blocks has been destroyed, because you've got them in the hoop. Oh god, no. So what you're gonna do is, error. Yes. Go back into check, and you're just gonna put in an estimate. Equals, just put this to 100 for now, and run it in debug mode. And what that'll allow us to do is monitor the instance count, so we don't have to go into the room and abort unknown variable score when it's created. Global.score equals 0. Now we can run it in debug mode and monitor the instance count. So we know how many instances there are there. So instance count. 29. So we'll go into here, move this into here, and it should be destroyed. And it's not going in. Maybe we could add a border to this. There we go. Not sure. Okay, that looks dumb. We could fix this by making it move down a bit. We could center it. Put the snap to 16. 16 is a good number. 16 is a good number for snaps because it is what it comes as default. Yeah, that looks better. Could I add a wall behind it? Yeah, that's good. So just make sure your snap is like 16 before you do this. Now this should work perfectly. So if you remember, the instance count was 29 and we have the same problem. Is that because we can't? Our sprite is, well, you want to be able to walk through it without colliding all the time. So we go into stretch it to 16 by 16. You don't want, then you're going to center it again. Now a little head will push crates into big holes as such. Oh. And then object check, instance count equals 27. And room. So you don't need this global.score, do you? You just need to know the room. That's what I was doing. And the room, which is the room you're in, because you want to know the score and the room. The room equals 0, because it's the first room. And you go room plus equals 1. Okay? When it's created, delete it. Delete this. And that should be everything we need. Now if we get another room, you can just put these everywhere. Press play and we should have a fully functional pushing game. Cool. Okay. And then it went to the next room and we can make more levels and levels. Okay, now we'll do a menu. So, add a room, actually delete this, yes. Go into here, delete settings, rename it to room 1, rename this to room 2, and then we'll add a room 0, settings room 0, because this is our menu. Okay, make that first. There you go. Now that's first, we can make the levels. Setting, and then we'll add a new sprite. And then we'll make it 64 width. 64. Then we can create, I like green. I like this green. No, color 2 will be green and color 1 will be black. Then we can create this, put it here, add some text, and we can go level 1. Not big enough, and it's a bad font, I reckon. Font, Tempest Sands. System, stencil, 4. Let's see this fonts. Should have added more fonts, but I just got this computer, so can't expect many fonts, any good fonts. Oh, I like this Algerian. Level 1. Level 1. Okay. Center it. SPR. Level 1. Level 1. Object. Level 1. Object level 1. Make the sprite. Then I'll add event. Click left when you click on it. Room equals 1. It's level 1. So if we go into room 0, put that there. Make this snap 32 by 48. So 48 by 32. 64 I made it. Wow. I really truly thought. Okay, level 1 there. If we press play, click object level 1. Should go to level 1. That was level object room 0. Object room plus 1. Plus no, yes. Yes. Plus 1. Plus 1. Let's hope that this works. Okay, click it. Unexisting room number 4. This is not room number 3 unless room first room. What is room number 0? That should be different. Let me delete all these rooms actually. Maybe if I delete the rooms I can. Yes. 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 Add a room. Put it there. Add another room. Put that there. Room equals 1. I hate these room things, how it keeps what room it is even if you delete them. Look at unexisting room number 1. Abort. Abort. 5. Maybe I have to put in room 5. Let's hope I don't have to. There it goes. Now we can add another sprite. Duplicate. And this one will be level 2. But this is going to be different to the first one because we will have to copy this. Control V. And then we'll change all this here to level 2. Copy, paste. Then we're gonna add X. Like a big cross over it. Because we haven't unlocked it. Level 2 unlocked. Let's just see what this looks like. Whoa. Okay. Then we'll add object check, room plus equals 1, and room global room 1C equals 1. So room 1 complete. Room 5 complete actually. Room 5 complete. Then we will duplicate this object for object level 2. Level 2. And then if we click on it, if global dot room 5C equals 1, room 6. Room equals 6. Step event. If global dot room 5C equals 0, sprite index equals SPR level 2. Level 2. And image index equals 1. We're going to go else sprite index is the same SPR level 2 and image index equals 0. Index 0. Room 4, level 2, place it in there. Press play. Wait for it to compile. And then unknown variable room C. How could I be so dumb? Room global dot room 5C equals 0. Room 5C. I did that. Room 5C equals. I'll copy. Oh, because it's not in the room, is it? Well, I'll make room 1 the main button that initializes the variables because it's the main. Room 5C equals 0. Wow, the object wasn't in the room. No wonder it didn't initialize the variable. Room 2 is 0 and it's not flashing. If I complete room 1, which I don't have. Where was that? Object check. if room equals 5 and instance count equals... Let's just start making the rooms. Now we'll do exactly what we did before. No change. That goes, no, that goes there. Like that. Make sure you have the checks in to check if it is there. Now I recommend placing the checks in first because GameMaker, I don't know if it's a glitch, but you can place objects over other objects. Yeah. Movable there, movable there. That'll be the first level. Debug mode. Let's just hope the instance count is 27. Instance count. Instance count. Caps lock? Really? Hey, it recognizes it. 25, so it should be 23 when I'm done. Go into object check. 23. And now, if we run it normally, not in debug mode, it should be able to make a completely done menu. Like that, goes to the next room. We don't want that. Room equals 4. So it goes right back. I think, let's just see. Put that there, and then it goes back to the menu. But the sprite didn't change. If else, but what if we put if global to make it more specific? If instance count equals 23, room equals 5. Debug mode, I reckon. I don't know if debug mode can provide an expression. Global dot room 5c. Okay. Global dot room 5c equals 1. There you go. So it wasn't initializing it properly. What if I move this above the room equals 4? That means it'll change the global first. No, it didn't. Alarm, setting an alarm to make it delayed. Alarm 1, alarm 0. Make it 30. Alarm 0. Room equals 4. I don't think I've ever tried doing the alarms before. Like that though. Waiting. Nah. Delete. Then, no. What if I put it there? Then, to, and room equals 4. Will that work? Please work. Please. Nope. It doesn't want to work. I reckon we need to have a persistent. Oh, I know exactly what to do. There we go. I just added a persistent object, so it's always in every room. Which means it's always doing that. Room equals 4. Did I do something in the player? Oh. Got it. That is funny, but not funny. Unknown variable room C. Do the same thing in this global.room 5c equals 0. Okay, this is probably going to be a pretty long tutorial, but hopefully it is teaching you a bit, and I think this will work. Whenever it steps, if instance count equals 23, I would have added that, so if instance count equals 24, because that persistent object, if you remember, that's adding 1 to the instance count. Now it's completely functional. Level 1. Boop. Level 2. Cool. That's awesome. I might just add one quick room just for this tutorial because I know some of you want to add more rooms than 3. Yes, 3. So I will add a room and I'll make it like this, just to make it look cool. And then I'll add a check here, 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 there, and there. I can make this challenging. Nah, this won't be challenging. It'll just annoy the player, won't it? Okay. Well then, I don't want a level 1 button there. Who would want to go to level 1 after getting this far? Okay, I'll make that like that. Go into debug mode to check the instance count, because you need to know the instance count for the rooms. Go into here, do this. Level 2, monitor, instance count. I spelled it wrong. Instance count. 14. Go into here, try and finish this map. So there's 10 is the instance count. Now you can go into object room, step event, copy this, press enter, and it was 2010, it was 10, and room equals 6. Room 6C equals 1. Room 6C equals 0. Duplicate object. No, I don't want to duplicate this. I want to duplicate object 2 because object 2 can be locked and unlocked. Object level 3. Level 6. Level 6. Sprite level 3. Sprite level 3. Duplicate this for sprite level 3. Edit it. Level 3. Level 3. Black text. And duplicate it, copy, paste, add in the red lines again. Okay. And after you've added in that, we have the sprite completely done. Then we're going to go into the room, not room 4, room 6, room, whatever room it is, it's room 4. Let's just press play and test out the new room added in. Yep, cross, that's good. That's good. Whoa, what was that? That was a weird glitch. Just make sure you hit it in the center. Okay. And then once we've done this, it should take us back to room 4 with level 3 unlocked. And then that is cool. Room equals 7, and you can keep doing this for the rest of it. Thank you for watching, and I hope you enjoyed this YouTube video.